Hey guys, here we are back for hole number 2. Now you can see we got a little bit of a tailwind here. That does make this shot just a little bit easier. I am going to recommend definitely going over to the right. You'll have to watch things like the good ball. Let's see if this works out. And you can see that's going to pretty much cause you to go in line with that bunker when you do that. So that is definitely something you'll want to avoid. What I typically try to go is maybe about 5 on the top spin. You do have to be just a little bit cautious. There's a certain perfect amount that you can get that you can essentially bounce right in front of the bunker. And that may be something worth considering in case you do great ball it like that. You can maybe stay out of the bunker that way. Now, what I'll typically do with a box 7, maybe about 1 per ring. There's maybe 11 rings there. Just a little bit of curl. You do want to kind of help facilitate this ball over to the right. Try to keep it away from the bunker. But you'll also have to avoid going too much on your curl because it will over curl and go into the rough. So basically what you want to do foremost is make sure that you get it out into the fairway. It's one of the main reasons you can see that I'm kind of keeping off the top spin. Now, you know, given that third tee box and that I couldn't land the first bounce towards the very end of that fairway, you could probably bump that up to about 6 bars, but you will want to try to stay off from getting that to run out too far. Also may be dependent upon how much of a tailwind you actually get, because certain winds might be pushing just a little bit more to the tailwind than the side wind and vice versa. You might get more side on certain winds. Now let's see at this. Is this going over the tree? It looks like it is. Looks like it is. I was able to get bailed out there. As you can see, gets it to the front of the green. So you will still have the possibility to, recover that shot in the event that you do wind up there. Now, let's see what we can do. We are very close to min club. One of the things that you'll see that I try to do for this hole is I try to keep it, and you'll see that I'm essentially trying to hit basically a curl shot. What this is going to do is allow my ring counts to stay up on high ground here. And definitely something that I recommend. You can see I'm down towards min club. So towards min club, I'm thinking, no more than 10, 11 rings. Then, considerable amount of curl here. We'll need all this curl because for 2 reasons. One, the ball guide was positioned very much to the right, but also to counter wind effect. So I need to kind of sum both of those parts together. Like, I'd go about half of that amount of curl for the, to make up the difference between it being pointed to the right of the pin, and then the other half for the actual wind effect on top of that. There's going to be, a substantial ball guide deflection where the ball guide will, maybe be, in reality, it would probably only be about 3 grids to the right of what you actually see on the guide. So, the sum of both parts requires you to curl significantly. And that's the reason that you can see that I'm going so heavy on that. So hopefully you guys are able to get that. One of the tricks that you can try to do you could try to bring something with a little bit more wind reduction, for guys with Centurion balls. That's a possibility. If you can get that wind down, it allows you to kind of play the ball guide a little bit straighter. Plus, there won't be quite as much wind effect on that second shot. So it's kind of, the better that you can get that wind down and still have that power to get that tee shot over there is ultimately better for you. So, keep all that in mind. Good luck, and I'll see you on 3.